Hi everyone, welcome back. We're going to do part 3 of our beginner's guide to speed running for dual maces. So we'll load up Bob. So today we're going to do the pit, gutter, rotten, and then I think we're going to head up to the Shaded Woods to get some stuff as well. So one thing I forgot to mention at the end of the previous video is it's really good to buy magic resin. I'm going to add a note onto it here. So we've only got 441 souls, so we can't buy it. So we'll do rotten without resin. But if you get the chance, I would say buy resin from Laddersmith Gilliam before you spend all your souls. It's only 2,000. It will make a big difference against rotten. So we're going to drop down the pit. Now in Dark Souls 2, full damage is proportional to equip load, so we're going to unequip everything except for our chime. Make sure we have the cat ring on, which we do, and then from this side of the pit, so because we would have just come out the shop, we want to drop straight down. So this is life gem, so we want to grab that. Then we drop down here some Ferrous Lockstone that I don't think we need. Because we're not doing all bosses, but we can grab it just to be sure. Yeah, Ferrous Lockstone. So you only really want to bother getting that if you're doing gargoyles. So we run to here, then you want to run against the wall, and that will take you all the way around. We do want to get the poison moss, because we'll need that for the gutter. So next, we're going to do a straight drop off. So we just walk against the wall, and then allow ourselves to drop off. So you want to resist the urge to try and get to that ledge for the Rat Covenant, because the getting from that ledge down to here is not easy at all. So you just want to do that straight drop. Next we're going to try and aim for that lip, so we want to run, and then we'll roll against the wall. Then off of here we just walk down, then we walk back and allow ourselves to drop onto the ledge. The item we just didn't pick up is the Ring of the Ring of the Evil Eye, which is not useful. So we want to get our mace out. We're going to try to grab the crystal gecko. So in general, I tend to kind of hug the wall a bit. You lock on, and then you want to do a running attack here. Then walk over him as quickly as possible to try and get the shards before they drop through. Now for here, we want to save time by trying to jump as close as we can to that door. So you want to run a little circle and then basically jump off. And then we're just going to run straight through. For here, I like to drop left and then right, and then I go forward to get the life gems, and then we go right. With the cat ring, you don't take any damage, so or very, very little. Here you just drop straight off. It's very unlikely you'll get poisoned if you run off. Then drop off here and try to hang close to this side, because otherwise you can fall off. Then we tag the bonfire. If you would like, rest here, because it will recharge your Estus and your health, and you might need it if you get poisoned. So for me personally, I like to light a torch, just because when I play on my TV it's difficult to see the dark patches sometimes. So for getting through here, we're going to run up here and take an immediate right. So there's a couple of different routes through here, but this is generally the fastest. Then we take a left up this ladder. Now there's two jumps here. There's a safer one this way, or there's a slightly less safe one which takes us straight up. Now the reward of going straight up is that we won't get poisoned. We're going to do the safer one. So we jump down here and we get poisoned. So we head up here. Probably should have put poison moss on our bar, but never mind. Heal up. There's also two routes through here, so there's an extra bonfire to the right, but we're going to take the safer route. So if you run straight through here, dodge the dog, then keep going straight over. You can walk along here and roll to avoid, well, technically try to avoid the poison, dodge the dog, and then we go through the fog gate. Now if you aren't confident about the next bit, you can take the extra bonfire. So try to roll to avoid the poison, and then tag the bonfire here. We want to make sure we've still got our cat ring on for the next bit. So here, you just drop straight down, and then you want to walk forward, and then you roll into the wall. Now this should bring you up by the life gems. Ah. Now these guys hit so hard, so you have to be very, very careful. But that's 20 life gems, which is great. Next, we're going to jump through here. Hopefully none of our kit will break. Cool. Then we have to get the fragrant branch, because we're going to go up to Shaded Woods next. Cool. And then we go down here. So we can get rid of the torch at this point. We will tag the first bonfire. Now there's a few different ways through this section. I've recently become more of a fan, every time, of running straight through these pits. This is what a lot of the this is what a lot of the speedrunners do. So you can get straight through the middle, and then we just double roll there. Now you have to roll here, otherwise you might get headshot and then you get grabbed. So that's the one bit I would say is pivotal. Everything else you can mostly just get through. There's a lot better ways to do that. If you want to know how to get through there without getting poisoned, I would watch someone like Max Zero. He does it consistently every time. We don't need the Forest Lockstone there. Drop down and then loop round, so create a nice wide arc, and that will avoid the poison. So, next we want to dual mace. Now if I had resin, I would apply it here, but I forgot to buy any. So, let's just give this a go. With Rotten, there's generally two tactics you want to use: being close and rolling through his attacks, or being mid-range and getting him to attack and then coming away. So, for example, there I dodge away and then attack. Same there with the grab, because I hate the grab. Ooh. There we try and stick close and dodge his attacks. So, when you want to heal, try to get away from him, obviously. And then we duck under, attack, attack. So when he does his burp attack, it's basically 3 hits. Try to be careful to not let your stamina go down to 0, as you're going to need to dodge. His attacks can be launched quite quickly, so the ability to dodge any time is quite important. So we're going to let our stamina recharge. Stamina. So we need to heal, we move away from him. Now he's under half hit points, we've got to be careful because he can start using dark magic. So that will include his explodey attack, and he can do that attack but launch dark magic from it in a straight line. So normally after that you can charge in. Yeah, I shouldn't have done L2 there. That was sloppy of me. Hopefully that'll be it. Not quite. Oof. Cool, and then to finish. So then to equip your armor, tap, 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 tap. So, generally, I don't know if we've covered this before. So with your armour, we've dropped everything else in our inventory. So the way we equip our armour is, when we select it, the armour's the only option. So then we go left, tap, tap, left, tap, tap, left, tap, tap. And then when we want to unequip, you go square left, square left, square left. So, like that, and then like that. So, you can just go through it slowly until you get used to the timing. So on the right here, there's Sublime Bone Dust, so we're going to pick that up. If you're going for a proper speed run, you wouldn't get this, just because you're barely going to be using Estus, because you're barely going to be resting. So now we activate the Farfire. While we're coming out of the animation and waiting, we use the Soul. So we can't, there's a delay between kindling the fire and then using it. So we use that soul time to pop the soul. And then we travel back to Majula. So the next thing we're going to do is, because Najka is weak to maces, we are going to go up to Shaded Woods and get some loot there. So our endurance is really low and it's making it hard to do the L2 attack, so we're going to put that up. We'll put 2 points in adaptability, and then we'll put some points in strength, and that leaves us with 14,000, which is enough to buy some resins. So part of the problem with the Rotten fight, the way we spec our character, is we've got very low endurance, and that means that when we do the L2, all of our stamina goes, and then we're in stamina recovery, which makes it difficult. So, talk to Ladsmith Gilliam. Bye. Cool. And we're going to use one of them for thingamy. So, I forgot to rest at the Majula bonfire, so we've only got one Estus, but that should be fine. You're going to want alluring skulls on your bar here. So we picked up the fragrant branch after Rotten, so that we can get through to Shaded Woods. Now this, if you were taking a higher risk strategy, you would start to look at getting more great souls, old souls now. So you might want to go and do Iron King because you'll unlock large shards from Cloan, etc. But we're going to play a slightly safer strategy. We've got to do all this at some point anyway, so we don't lose a huge amount of time from teleporting around and stuff. And most of the next section we can run, so really it doesn't matter when we do it in the game. So use Fragrant Branch, unlock her, get your skulls out, throw the skulls over the far side. You'll need to use probably 2 skulls. So second skull, we'll double hand because we get faster attack. Cool. Ignore, I would say generally ignore the bonfire and the Estus Shard, we don't need it. We'll shield up for the next section, and off we go. So mostly you can run this quite quickly. There is a bonfire under the door where we just were, in the room on the left, and an Estus Shard on the right, but in general I would say they're one of the first ones you can start to skip for speedruns. This section is quite predictable. We don't need anything along here, there's not much loot, other than Ferrous Lockstone anyway, so just run past everyone. This is the first tricky bit. The guy at the back will throw a rock at you a lot of the time, like that, and that can really catch you. It's unfortunate that you ran full through for it, otherwise the roll time would have been alright. So we come here, and then we take Shaded Wood bonfire. These guys won't come in, so you're generally safe once you get to here. We'll rest to get our Estus back. So there's a decent amount of loot in the Shaded Woods. We want to get the Chloranthy +1, so I'll show you that now. We can also get a chunk, and then when we get through to Brightstone Cove, there's also loads of shards we're going to get. So head right as soon as you enter the Shaded Woods. I think Large Soul of the Nameless. Oh no, Lloyd's Talisman. Shield up, because that will happen. But mostly if you just kind of manage your stamina, you can get through unmolested, I think. So we stick to the right hand wall, run past the chest with the old sun ring, because we don't need it. Run down to this wall and then follow the ledge up. Now as long as we keep a pace along here, we shouldn't be attacked from behind. So open the chest, flip your camera around so you can see. Yeah, you can see the guy coming, right? Right. Oh! And that's our first death. That is a real shame. Well, I think we got the item. Let's have a look. Yeah, we did. Okay, so what I probably should have done there is turned around, taken the hit on my shield, then run around him or dropped off and then gone back. But okay, so if we had got that item and we hadn't been killed, you can drop off and head to the right, and it's probably, you want to head off about 45 degrees from the ledge and just keep running, and that will take you to the exit. So instead we're going to do it from here. Oh, I was really hoping this would be my first no death run. Okay, so get into the Shaded Woods. So the first gap up there goes up to Vengal. Jesus, what is up with these guys today? We're going to go past that, keep to the left, go past the big tree. So we're basically just keeping to the left but skipping the first path up, and then that will take us to the Shaded Woods exit. So through here, then we want to tag the bonfire. Now there's only one thing we want in this area, and that is going to be the chunk, which is in that chest right above us. So we're going to get that. And then we're going to go kill Najka. So this is one of the, I think this is the second soonest chunk you can get in the game. First one being in the poison pools area. So try to jump back over, it will save time from dropping down and running around. These guys, as long as you don't stop running, will generally not hit you. Cool, so for Najka, what you really want to do is try to attack by the base of her body, and you can try and lure her into this whip attack. And if she does this side whip attack, then you can stand by her head, ride it out so you don't get hit. Right, so run in, roll, turn around, hit her once. You only need to hit her once. She doesn't have a health bar yet, so she can't take any damage. Right, so then we want to stand here, really. And that gets the side whip out. She takes more damage at her head. Cool. This is going very well. So we do same again. Now, another thing to look out for is that she staggers. So when she staggers, she shifts back. So you need to be careful. Right, and then that is the tail stomp, which is great. And then we'll try to get the whip out again if we can. And we get the tail stomp. Brilliant, and that's done. Oh, except I just messed that up. Come on. Okay, so now we've got through here, so the loot we're looking to pick up in Brightstone, we're going to get some chunks and we're going to get some large shards, and that should allow us to get one of our maces to +8 and the other one to +5 is the plan, and then that will put us in a lot better standing when we want to take on Old Iron Keep, which is just awful. So through here, just run through, manage your stamina. You don't have much that you need to worry about. There is the bonfire by Doors of Pharos if you want to tag that. I'm running around with 34,000 souls, so you might not want to do that. If that's the case, go tag Doors of Pharos, go back, level up, and then come back again. So for some reason, that guy does insane damage with that, so make sure you dodge it. Don't pick up anything. So hug the right wall so the gecko can't see you, lock on, and then you want to run out and do a running swing before you touch him. You need to initiate the swing before you get to him. If you wait until you're literally on him, then when you swing, he will escape out from under you. So you want to kind of time it, because your running swing, you'll be stepping forward as you swing, so you want to hit the R1 just before you get to him. So if you didn't want to tag Doors of Pharos, I mean, running through this is quite low risk. We've got a bonfire here that we can tag, so I tend to tag this one instead. Now if you want to go back and teleport, you can, and go back and level up. I'm not going to. I think I will rest to recharge my health, but So yeah, you could go back and level at this point. I'd probably put some points into strength and vitality. We need to really get our strength up to 40 as soon as we can. I think that's probably going to be our next thing. So we're going to run through here. You want to get alluring skulls. The first bit, you can just dodge these guys. One roll should be fine. Next, you want to get the large shards here. Then we want to alluring skull here. And then we push through the doors. We don't have anything to worry about in here unless you open the chest, which only contains bolts. We won't get attacked. Generally, I haven't had anyone ever follow me down here. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they do. So we go through the door. Remember, you can roll through to increase your timing. Now, if you want to get the Estus shard, it's just here, so you can activate the hidden wall. This is one of the easiest ones to get because it's very, very quick, and you have to go this way anyway. So I would say, if you're worried and you want to use Estus, go get this one, and then look to maybe cut out some others. Right, here we go, Maje's Congregation. You want to charge straight in, dodge everything, and run behind the bench. Cool. Then we want to try and take out one of these guys. I think it'll probably take 4 swings. And then we dodge behind the bench again. Now we've got a problem because we want to take out the other lightning guy next. Cool. We're going to suck that area effect. Okay. So we will try to heal quickly. And then we need to try and take out the lightning guy before he heals again. Cool. So that just leaves the main guy. Kite his area attack, or kite whatever attack he feels like doing. And then we start laying into him. Oh, one hit short. Cool. Right, so now it's just a matter of cleaning up. So you should be able to one-hit these guys if you get a counter hit. Ugh. Man, going out to these would suck. For the guys on the floor, you can do a jumping attack, so forward and R2. You only get 10k, so I don't know if it's worth putting the armor in there. Right. So then we tag this and we're going to rest. Now, once again, if you're worried about your souls, you can go back and level up from here. What I'm going to do before I do that is we want to get a bone, and there's some really quick chunks that we can get. So if you hug the wall here, you'll be able to see the gecko and you can lock on. You want to attack it so that you don't touch the wall as you go down, otherwise that can knock you off. And then you just run forward and attack. Ugh, what a shame. So there's a chunk you can get here, and then we'll bang back. Right, in that case, seeing as they're doing that, we're going to go through here. Heal. We've got a bone back anyway, and if I remember rightly, yeah, there's another chunk there. So with that first gecko, what you want to do is basically get the run so that you run and you do a jumping attack and land on him. So we'll try rest to get Estus. We'll try one more time. Cool. And then, in general, it's easier to bone from here. Cool, so now we can head back. First thing we want to do is use our souls to upgrade our weapons. So we'll start with our +5. So because we'll spend a lot of time double-handing a single mace, I personally think it's better to try and get one mace up as far as you can. So then we'll use the remaining shards we've got to get that up to +5. So we've got a +8 and a +5 now. So we should be doing pretty good damage. Then, if you want to pop Najka Soul here, you can. It will take a bit of time, but you can do it. And then we can level up as well. So I would say what we want to do is start looking at getting as much strength as we can. So probably do 22 vitality, and then I'm going to do the rest in strength. 35. So our goal for strength is really 40, to be honest. Okay, and that's that. So that puts us in quite a good position to start doing some old souls. So I think odds are we'll do Iron Keep next. Cool. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope it's been useful, and catch you soon.